Guys, we got juice here for you.
What's up, guys?
Hey, Kyle. Jimmy was talking the other day about the moment you guys shared before that Rams game the other day, and how he's kind of been cognizant of that. How aware are you of that kind of in these moments, and how much more special does it make it that you kind of get this, possibly one last ride here in the postseason?
Yeah, I've been particularly more aware of it recently, the past couple weeks, just because of the fact that at this point, any week could be our last week. And I was actually, I was a little surprised that Jimmy shared that story. But it really meant a lot to me, and I had been thinking about it all week, and I didn't know when was the right time to say something to him. But I did want to say something because at the end of the day, he's been my quarterback for 5 years. And I just wanted to let him know that I appreciated him and all the ups and downs that we have had. He's been such a pro and such a friend and a great teammate throughout the whole thing. So I just wanted to let him know how much I appreciated him, and it does make those moments even more special. Even it's funny when he hit Deebo down the sideline for that big play to put us in position to score. Even just like weird moments like that, I'm like, wow. I'm like, look at Jim just stepping up to the plate with his back's against the wall. What could be his last pass as a Niner, and he freaking delivers. So I'm just proud to see what he's been doing.
Coach Hightower was talking to us the other day and about how you were a consummate professional when you had to hold. But did you get any nerves when that happens? I mean, it's not like you had prepared the week before. You were just kind of thrown in there. Can you walk us through how that happened to you? How you found out it was going to happen?
Yeah, I weirdly no, I genuinely did not have nerves, and I don't know if I can't remember if I told you guys this story after the Seattle game, or if you might have heard it. I know Robbie told it on the radio the other day, but in high school, I was convinced that I would make it to the NFL as a holder. And like that was before I understood how NFL rosters worked, and that there's not just a separate roster spot for a guy that strictly holds. I thought I would just come in on game day and do that because I genuinely felt I was so good at it. And growing up, my brother was a long snapper, so that's all we did in the backyard. He would snap and I held. And I did that middle school, high school, and I was, kind of the emergency guy in college. So it's just kind of something that I've always been prepared for. And each and every week, I get just a couple snaps after practice on Thursdays, just to stay fresh with it. But I mean, I found out on the sidelines. Tower came up to me, said, Mitch might not be able to go. You ready to hold? And absolutely, I was excited to do it.
Oh God, I have about 30 questions for you after that. But anyway, I'm going to spin it back. I remember last year around this time, you got emotional when you just thought of the possibility that you might not come back to the team. Um, how has Jimmy handled this? And is it, you know, fans are wondering, gosh, would they bring him back next year? And we know what the team did and trading up to number 3 and all that. But what's it been like in the locker room as far as that and that whole dynamic with Jimmy and Trey? How have you guys managed that? How have they managed it?
Yeah, and I've spoken before that there has never been an awkwardness to it. There really hasn't been. Both of them have driven each other to play at such a higher level. But as far as the personal side of it, we I feel like we don't talk about it too much. There's been times that we've dove into it a little bit, but we never take it really too far. Just I think because we don't want to all get emotional because we've all been playing together for so long, and we all mean so much to each other that I think maybe we've avoided the topic a little bit.
Kyle, with that in mind this week, do you guys feel there's a looseness and a confidence? Does it feel like any other week, or is there a little extra oomph?
I do. I feel like there is a little bit of extra oomph this week, a little bit extra confidence. We when you play in such an emotional game like we did last week and you come out on top, you can't help but boost your confidence from that. We beat a really good Rams team. And we've won 7 of our last 9 games, and 2 of those losses came, on the last play of the game against 2 pretty solid teams. So we feel really good about where we're at right now. And, to finally just punch our ticket and be into the playoffs and, not have to hear about that anymore, I think maybe takes a little bit off your shoulders in that sense, but at the same time, kind of heightens the stakes here and knowing that, all right, we've been fighting all season to get here. We're here, now we got to do something with it.
Hey, Kyle, another Jimmy question. As you know, I think he still remains somewhat of a polarizing figure. I mean, not in the locker room, but, among fans. And I realize it's just about trying to win a playoff game, but is it cool to think like he could, I guess, burnish his legacy in some ways, in this potential playoff run, change narratives or whatever way he's viewed?
Yeah. I spoke even earlier this season, I think during training camp, that it's mutually beneficial for us for Jimmy to play well. For us and for him personally. Obviously, this is the season we're in right now. Jimmy is our quarterback right now, and we're trying to win a Super Bowl with Jimmy. And we don't know what the future holds in front of us, but him playing well will benefit and bode well for us and himself personally. So I think, yes, him playing well here can do a lot of good things for him.
Kyle, in terms of the evolution of the run game, it seems like 5 years ago you went from an offense that primarily did zone blocking to now you guys do a little bit of everything. Do you feel you guys do more schematically than other teams, and is that part of the reason why you guys are so difficult to stop on the ground?
I'm going to guess yes, but it's hard for me to say, particularly because I'm not studying all 32 offenses. I'm typically worried about other teams' defenses. But I would just have to venture a guess that we probably are doing a little bit more schematically, just because I know just what I've been involved with before, this is definitely the most. And we are very diverse in inside zone, outside zone, gap schemes, pin and pulls, all those kind of things. There's really nothing off the table for us. And I think we've done a good job of just kind of finding each week what is going to be our strength against a particular defense. And it's nice when you have that whole menu of things you can go to, and you don't have just one trick that you have to stick with no matter what.
Last one.
Arden Key was saying yesterday that from the time he got there in like OTAs that he got kind of a sense from you guys that have been there since 2019 or even before that there's like an unfinished business to be had here. I think you guys have 25 players who are on that roster, which is probably a lot still, just being 2 years removed. How much is that something that's a driver for you of, you're not just happy to be back in the playoffs, but there is something here that needs to be accomplished with this group still?
I think it's a huge driver. I'll speak for myself, and I think my teammates, as those 25 teammates that you spoke of, it's cool to when when I'm just speaking in context to somebody, I say, yeah, back in 19 when we went to the Super Bowl. That's how I describe the season. I can't wait to say, in 22 or whatever, when we won the Super Bowl. That has a lot better ring to it than when we went to the Super Bowl. So just trying to change up that W word there from went to won. So it definitely is a driver. It's a motivator, and we do feel like we have some unfinished business.
Thank you, Kyle.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, Deebo, a couple days ago, Kyle Shanahan was talking about his relationship with you and that he considers you like a friend. Well, what is it about that relationship? Why do you guys hit it off so well?
I really don't know. I always go to Kyle, you know what I'm saying? I stop by Mike McDaniels, and Kyle offers every Monday and Tuesday whenever we have an off day, and it's just built from there. Kind of what he stated is kind of like a friendship and a coach, not only just talking about ball, but just talking about life in general. Just, you know what I'm saying, like my son, you know what I'm saying, how his family doing, and just random things that ever come about.
Deebo, you're obviously named to an All-Pro team today. What does that mean to you just personally, and what does this season mean to you?
It's a blessing, you know what I'm saying? All praise to God. Thankful, you know what I'm saying, just to be able to, you know what I'm saying, be an all pro. It just shows that all the things that I put out there on the field week in and week out, just giving it my all, and it was just the best thing to be named all pro.
Deebo, earlier this year, you've been asked a couple times about, whether you watch other receivers and things like that. You said you don't. You really just kind of study your own tape and yourself. How much of that for you is because of how unique you are and the way that you're used in terms of what you're looking for and trying to improve on week to week?
Can you kind of like restate your question? Like, what are you asking?
Yeah, just when you watch yourself, what are the things that you're looking for in terms of trying to improve yourself, and how much does that factor into not watching other receivers around the league?
I know you can learn from other guys, but not if you're not, you know what I'm saying, kind of like built like them, like certain body movements. But kind of for myself, just see how I come in and out of breaks, how certain guys match up, or you know what I'm saying, the things that guys like to do when they facing guys like me, even though it's not that many. But kind of like, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to running routes, like how can I get this edge on this guy if he's kind of physical, this, that, and third, things like that.
Deebo, along with you being named to All-Pro, it's Trent Williams. You two are always leading the guys out of the locker room. Can you share with us your relationship with Trent and just your bond together and being able to do that? And how did it start where you two are leading the team out to the locker room?
I would say it started once we picked Trent up. I really didn't know who Trent was at the time, but me and Jet McKinnon was real cool, and then he was training out there in Houston at Trent's gym, so that was like kind of my first time actually seeing him. And you know what I'm saying, ever since, like, you know what I'm saying, first meeting each other, it's just been a bond. Kind of a little bit last off season, I went and spent a little time with him, probably like 2-3 weeks before going back to Miami, but it's just been a real connection with him ever since he's been here, ever since I met him. With it like leading out the locker room, it was just something like, I think we're the guys that really like know all the music and kind of like the hype guys of the room. So that's just how that came about.
Kind of along those lines, you posted today that you and Trent had been talking about All-Pro before the season started. What were those conversations like, and how much of a focus was it for you?
He just, you know what I'm saying, with him being in the league for so long, you know what I'm saying, he told me that he see the ceiling is high for me, you know what I'm saying, and, you know what I'm saying, just going back, just looking at all the things that he's done in the league, you know, the ceiling is still high for him, even though, you know what I'm saying, I think it's like year 10 for him, but it still look like it's like year 2 or 3. But one of the things that we talked about, you know what I'm saying, Pro Bowl, All-Pro, and then, you know, like I stated, we still got one goal left, and that's, you know what I'm saying, trying to get that ring on our finger.
Deebo, if you were to meet someone who didn't know you and they asked you what position do you play, what would you say?
A wide back. Wide receiver playing running back.
A wide back, okay.
Yeah, well, Mike McCarthy also said you're a pretty good passer, and he must have overlooked your punt returns too. So, but Deebo, CeeDee Lamb was talking about how you guys have a special relationship also. That it's something that he reached out to you on Instagram. How would you describe that relationship, and what do you think of his game?
I kind of met CeeDee when he was coming out. You know what I'm saying, we have the same financial group, and you know what I'm saying, there's been a connection then. Just, you know what I'm saying, when the season first started, you know what I'm saying, we had a conversation about, you know what I'm saying, making the Pro Bowl. He started off real good, so that was kind of one of his goals, you know what I'm saying, just kind of staying in touch with him just to see how he's doing. But as you can see, you know what I'm saying, CeeDee is a great player, you know what I'm saying, he put a lot of good things on tape, and you know what I'm saying, I just hope he don't do it against us or whatever. You know, we got a good plan on the back end. But, you know what I'm saying, wish him the best of luck this weekend.
Last one.
Hey, Deebo, how confident are you alongside the team going into the postseason? And what is the team's mindset right now as you guys make your way to Dallas?
The team mindset, I mean, it's either win or go home. You know what I'm saying? What you willing to do for the guy next to you. You know what I'm saying? We have a great bond. We have a big brotherhood here. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't want this to be the last time that I put on a uniform with all the guys because, you know, in this league, I've been in this league for 3 years now. not everybody you see on this team right now is going to be a part of the team. So you just take that into consideration and just, you know what I'm saying, bond with your brothers and put it out there for each other and just go out here and give it all.
Thank you, Deebo.
Hey, Faithful, don't forget to click here and subscribe.